Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel of 5 Token Reviews, hosted by yours truly of 5 coming straight from the living room Abuja to you on the internet. Now before we go any further guys, make sure you like, you comment, before I get to 1,000 subscribers and I need your help, so please subscribe if you haven't and also share my video so others can subscribe as well. I would really appreciate that. I said it. I said it. I fucking said it. I fucking said it. Invincible episode 8. Episode fucking 8 is the finale. A spoiler alert is in place, guys. If you know what Invincible episode 8, don't watch this video. Don't watch this video. I've said it now. But if you want to watch, carry on. Now we get to understand why Omni-Man did what he did. Why did he kill the Guardians? Why did he kill so many people? And I'm saying this thing for a long time. I called it out. I said there is an agenda. Like the beginning of the episode, after they do us a recap for a bit. Then when the episode starts properly, after he killed, he sliced Immortal Man in two. And you can see the entrails and everything. What did Mark do or Invincible do? He started punching his dad like, hello, dad, is someone controlling me? Dad, no. And then he said, son, listen. No one is controlling me, it's all me, and one that is there. Of course he wouldn't be able to believe it. Like he just saw his dad murder someone in cold blood. And then suddenly that monster threat was no longer even an issue for them. They just forgot about the monster, which was kind of weird. They didn't defeat the monster, they just left it alone. Whoa! Omni-Man is the Vulture-Man, he's an alien. And he didn't give us the full story before. Yes, he was sent to Earth to make Earth better. But what was the true motive? The true motive that was to make Earth better, in the sense of they would take over it, lord themselves over. And then we get a backstory into him, like, okay, on my planet, there are a lot of us, so we have to fight, take out the weaker ones. And by the time we were done, like, only the strongest survived. They killed so many of their kin, and then it got to a point where it was the peak Vulture-Man left. So it was just kind of survival of the fittest. And then they had a conquering mindset. They wanted to conquer the galaxies, and they were succeeding for a while in their numbers, but their numbers became too thin. So they said, okay, we are stretched our resources. What we have to do now is simple. We'll send one person to each planet, whoever wants to conquer, and then that person will weaken the planet and then conquer it, take over. And then just Mark, no, this episode was mad, guys. Just Mark talking to his dad and trying to stop his dad, and his dad said, okay, you're not listening to me. And he was just beating him. They were fighting for a bit, like the fight wasn't fair, but at least Invincible didn't have any blood on him. A few moments later, oh my days, it's so much blood. Like, how can one boy take so many beatings in one season? Just 8 episodes. Like, let this boy catch a break. He's a teenager, he's 17, he should not get that many ass whoopings. He should not get that many near-death experiences. Bro, this nigga can't catch a break. Oh, god damn, he can't catch a break. And it breaks my heart. Cause I'm like, no, like I get the shit beat out of you. Then he's talking like, what about mom? We had a family, we mean something to you. And then Omni-Man is like, we live for such a long time, hundreds of years. Before you know it, everyone is dead. Everyone you know is dead. Oh my god, Omni-Man said that his wife and Mark's mom, yes, he loves her, but like a pet. I'm like, bro, the disrespect. The disrespect is too much. Like a pet. All the years we shared, like a pet. He was even saying to Invincible that I should have told you things sooner. You're a Vulture-Man, even if you're half, whatever, we have a higher calling. And I was like, bro, you can't be saying these things. Like, he's human at the end of the day. Like, his mom, that's all he knows. He's never been to Voltron before. He doesn't know anything about it. And then suddenly you're telling that, okay, that's all you should care about. You expect him to just go along with you because you are his father. You didn't carry him for 9 months, you know. You just shoot him the sperm and that was it. And yes, you raised him, you taught him how to use his powers for a bit. Even though he said he didn't want to tell him until he had his powers and it took so long to manifest, blah 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 blah. But I don't think at any point he would have told Mark, yeah, unless Mark was like a very small child. And then Mark could have gone along with him. Or you know what? Yes, I want to do this. I want to conquer Earth with you. Unless Nolan was never a superhero. He was just a bad man from the beginning. And then he grew his son that way. And he met someone that was also a bad woman that was willing to go along with him. Then they have pushed their son in that direction. But when you be a superhero, your son wants to be a superhero like you. And then suddenly one day you just change and say, you know what? Actually, I've not been telling the truth. We're here to conquer the world. How did you expect him to say, oh yeah, yes dad, sure. And they fought. To be honest, it was not really a fight, it was a fucking beat down. Omni-Man beat the shit, the living shit, the dead shit out of Invincible. Like, I've never seen him beating that bad, unless that Tiger Man, but still, that's even worse. Because then I'm like, yes, Omni-Man was up there. He knew that his son was getting beaten by that Tiger, but he didn't stop him. And now he even did a worse beating than anybody. Like, the crazy part is he said, okay, he wants to say what is like. This human lives are insignificant. Let me show you. And he, nah. And then he just did some crazy ass shit. Like, oh my days, bro. When he said, okay, you think this is painful, how about this? He punched him all the way and he went through the city. So much devastation. Like, oh my days, the destruction of one punch. And then when that building was falling off and Mark was saying, Uncle, you don't worry, I'm going to save you, don't be scared, even though he knew you couldn't really do it. And then the building crumbled and he was holding on to the woman's arm. And when he stood up from the rubble, you could see how the arm was detached, the feet. Like, the wanton disregard for human life, human entrails, it was just flying everywhere. And I think the worst one was what he did next, when he took him down to the subway, to the train station, and then he rammed his head through the train and people were body parts were flying everywhere. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, oh my day, this guy is too strong. Like, what the fuck am I watching right now? And then just for his wife to be hearing everything and seeing everything, like the whole world was seeing the destruction. And I was like, what a fucking finale. And I was always wondering, like, what would Invincible do? Like, how would he win this fight? Not physically, because even though Sissy was kind of like, he's our last hope and stuff, but really and truly, there was no possible way he was going to beat his father. He'll be holding back one way or the other. And even if he wasn't holding back, if he had his full potential at that time, of course he's nowhere near Nolan or Omni-Man, because Omni-Man is a trained soldier. Like, he came there to conquer the world. Yes, he might have been a bit sidetracked for a while, but he was always there with a one-track mindset. I want to conquer the world. And you can see the hubris in him, the ego, the pride. Like, he knows he can do this shit easy. Like, we saw him destroy a fucking planet, that green alien planet that were invading a couple episodes ago. Like, I was like, no. Whoa. And then he took him to the mountain and he bashed him in there, beat him up. Like, there was a fucking avalanche. Like, the destruction is too much. And just to watch everyone watch it unfold, and in horror, they couldn't do anything. And then kept beating him up. And Omni-Man said to Invincible,
you'll outlast every threat.
Everyone you know will be
what
dead.
Will you have
because
after
you're going to be for a long time.
500 years?
So what will you have then? And then he said, I'll have you. And then I think there was a flashback at that point, or at least at some point during the exchange, there was a flashback to when Mark was young and playing baseball and Nolan and Debbie, they're just there. And Nolan was like, why do I have to watch this game? Like, this is stupid. No, this is just being a break. And then she told him, like, this is the joy. Like, when you get to a certain point, it's the joy. Seeing your kids like this, blah, whatever. And then that's what made him stop. And he flew off. So where did Omni-Man go? I'm very curious. You saw the rest of the episode. Invincible was taken away, taken to hospital. You know how it is, healed up. And then that reporter just saying, we don't even know what to make of what we just saw right now. The destruction. He said it take weeks to even clear out before we can even talk about rebuilding. Like, these people were saving us from threats. They promised to save us from threats. And then he has become the threat. Omni-Man. We don't know where he is right now. It was too fucking crazy. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, what a fucking finale, guys. Later on, just seeing other stuff that happened. Cecil talked to him about him being the one savior of the planet right now. But still, like, he's not even nearly half as strong as Omni-Man, so I don't really know what he's going to do. And him and Amber, they got back together. The mom was crying. She went to the tailor guy. The tailor guy threw the picture of him and Nolan in the bin, was drinking up. She was drinking up with him. She was crying like she didn't even know this was happening right under her nose. Like, she had no idea he was thinking about her this way. But at least she knows the truth now, but she still kind of wants him back. She just wants this thing to be over. I mean, it makes sense. You've been married to someone, you've been in love with the person for years now, probably 20 years or maybe a bit under that. And then suddenly the person is killing so many people, like genocide. Like, of course, you would think it's a dream. You didn't want that to happen. It's normal. And yeah, just Mark talking to his friends about what's going on, and then having to see that evaluator guy again and saying, oh yeah, I came to warn you there's a vulture-man on your planet, and then it was a bit too late. And then really and truly, that was the person he had to talk to more than anyone else. That person could kind of understand more or less, like he needed to vent with no judgment. Like, I mean, what else would have happened after he said that? The guy would have gone away. And then also seeing the new Guardians of the Galaxy, what they were willing to do, Rex cleaning up the blood, like they couldn't really do anything, they just had to rescue people. And that's it. But seeing them as a team now, Black Samson said it, when Rex was like, fuck off. Yeah, now they're like a team because all of them tried to attack him. They were ready to attack Black Samson. So it was all dandy from there, good for them. And then the twins, they got captured, but they got arrested. Or to be honest, they kind of surrendered. Whatever. So yeah, it's a wrap, but they teased the season 2 because the vulture mice, like the evaluator guy was saying that they're actually going to come back. They don't give up on the planet once they've set their sights on it. It's unheard of that one would just leave the planet like that, but they're going to be back one way or the other. So what's left? Well, it's time for Mark to finish high school, so we'll see from there. So yeah, guys, that's it from me. I'm gonna go now. Before I go, make sure you like, comment how you felt about the finale, guys. Like, what are your thoughts? It was such a crazy thing. It was some crazy shit. Comment down below. The boy's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I need your help. So please subscribe if you haven't, and also share my videos so that others can subscribers go. Yes, guys, beat that subscribe button like Omni-Man beat up Invincible. I really appreciate that, guys. The links to my social media will be in the description below, so make sure you follow me on social media. I really appreciate that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go now for real. Before you stick around, you can watch my previous videos. Peace out.